Krassus, and we're going to redo this because something happened. And I was with the 2nd Tank Battalion, 2nd Marine Division on Saipan, and the war wasn't all that bad. We had a lot of fun. We had all our tanks down on the beach ready to load. We were getting ready to go to Okinawa, and our lieutenant colonel thought we should have a party because they had nothing else to do. So we went over to the other side of the island and we had a big beer bust, the whole battalion, and we were wading out there in the water about knee deep, looking for cat eyes, I guess. I never punched in the ocean much, and fellow Morgan was next to me. He was from California. I told him, I says, you know, Morgan, I says, when I first got out here, I said, that water was up to my knee. Now it's up to my hip. What's happening here? He says, uh-oh. He says, we got a tidal wave coming in. He says, when I holler, he says, you go down and you grab a rock on the bottom and hang on until it goes out. Well, he got up to about our belly button, and he said, now. And I dove down and I grabbed the rock and I hung on. And when that wave went out, it just bounced all over everything. And finally went back down to my knees, and he says, let's get out of here. So we run up on shore, and I had cut the bottom of my feet in several spots from the coral. So they loaded us in a truck and took us into the sick bay, and one of the corpsmen, they laid you on a cot, and then one of the corpsmen sat on you, and then the old doctor, he grabbed your foot with a scalpel, and he went right down the cuts on both sides. Now that did hurt, I'll have to admit. There was a lot of hollering and screaming in there. Well, then he says, now that's fine, I had 8. He says, we'll put him to bed here, and tomorrow morning he says, I'll be back in and check him. But we went through the same procedure the next morning. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you. And he says, and he put on bandages, he says, okay guys, can go. Well then the next day, there was 18 of us, I think it was. We had 18 sore feet, but we had a colonel that had a little bit sore bottom because the general wasn't very happy with him. When you get ready to go to battle and you got 18 men laid up, that's not good, especially in the tank battalion. You know, we're all specialists. So that's the way that one went. But we had a good time. And then, see, our next guest is going to be Mrs.
Sue Stevenson.
Who?
Sue Stevenson, Ethel.
Oh yeah, Sue Stevenson, Ethel's daughter, Ethel Polk's daughter. She'll come up now and she'll talk about Ethel.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the rains of wrath are stored. He hath loosed his faithful lightning of his terrible strength. His truth is mine.